Hey, it's good to see you. Happy Friday. It is Friday. Yay. It has been a weird, funky week, I think, for everybody. First of all, I want to address something that several people have asked me about, not on here, but I've had other people ask me, sent me messages on Facebook about, why have you not made a video about, the Russia-Ukraine thing? I don't talk about current events and stuff on my channel, really. I might mention something in passing, but as I've had to say before, it's not that I don't care, and it's not that I don't know about it, or I'm aware that stuff goes on in the world, and bad stuff goes on in the world. But my channel, I don't really feel it's the place for that. A lot of people come to watch ASMR to forget about that for a little bit, maybe relax, go to sleep. It's not exactly a relaxing topic. So that's why I don't discuss stuff like that. It's not that I don't care, but it's a good escape to, watch a video for 20-30 minutes and, take your mind off of it a little bit. And it's a good escape for me to make a video, and that way it gives, I can focus on that for a little bit and not have to think about it. So I just wanted to mention that really quick. That's why I haven't made a video about it, because I don't know. I don't watch ASMR videos. Do other ASMR people talk about current events? I don't know, because I don't watch ASMR. When I started making ASMR videos in 2015, I found that ASMR videos didn't really work for me anymore. I never really watched a lot of them before that anyway. Gentle Whispering was the only one I ever watched, and I don't watch her. I haven't watched her in years. I still think she's awesome. I think she's a great person, but ASMR videos, I feel weird watching them. I feel uncomfortable watching them for some reason. It's strange, but so do they do that? I don't know, but I do things my own way anyway. So even if they do, I wouldn't change the way I do things. I just wondered if they do that, because I don't know. But yes, it's been a weird week for everybody. It's been a weird week for me because my kids were both sick. I've been dealing with 2 sick kids all week. Well, they were out of school Monday and Tuesday, and then they both went to school Wednesday, but then when they got home, they were both complaining they didn't feel well. And they were, had a little bit of a fever, they had a little bit of a cough. And just, when my kids are sick, I can look at them and just, you can look in their eyes. It's like you can just tell. They just, it's like they can't fake it. There's just something about their eyes. They just look different. When they're legitimately sick, you can tell, they just look kind of weak. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I know if they're legitimately sick or if they're faking it. But yeah, I could tell they both didn't feel good. So I've had sick children. One of them went to school today. The other one did not. The other one is still not doing well. Got a bad cough, and he probably needs to stay home anyway. Don't want to give it to anybody. So far I'm fine. So far I'm not sick at all. I don't have any of the symptoms that they're having at all. I haven't had any fever or cough or fatigue or anything. Of course, it may hit me like a ton of bricks in the middle of the night. Probably will. Usually if they bring something home, I end up getting it too. So when we all had COVID, I don't know who got it. I don't know who got it. I know I was the first one to experience symptoms, although my older son was only under the weather for half a day, and then he was fine. And my younger son was completely asymptomatic. He never had even a single sniffle or a bit of a fever. He had nothing at all, but he still tested positive. So we all had to quarantine. But I was sick. I felt like absolute crap for a week, and then 50% crap for another week, and then I was all right. But yeah, so I have been, and it's kind of affected my video upload schedule, having 2 sick kids at home, and still having to work and do everything. And they had appointments. Fortunately, they were all right for their dental appointment. I hope they didn't get anybody sick, but they were totally fine on Tuesday when they went to the dentist. Nobody was having symptoms of anything. I don't think it was COVID. I think it was just a little bug. Yeah, one of them's fine. The other one is pretty much got a little bit of a nagging cough, but other than that, fine. No more fever or anything. So for the last 2 nights in a row, I've ended up having to get a really late start on my videos, and I ended up going to bed late. I didn't go to bed until about 2 a.m. night before last. I went to bed after 1 a.m. last night, and still have to get up bright and early. That alarm clock does not give a crap what time I went to bed. It goes off at the same time regardless. That little jerk. So I'm very tired. I was supposed to go to a class tonight. I ended up skipping it because I'm tired. I have stuff at home I want to get done. And I want to just take it a little bit easy. I'm going to a class tomorrow morning. I'll be back at it in the morning, but for tonight, I'm taking it a little bit easy. I'm here to go get Sprite for my younger son. He found out he made honor roll, so I was really proud of him for that. He got a honor roll, which was great. Oh, he's doing so well. He didn't do well with remote learning at all. Oh, good God. He struggled. He does not do well with remote learning. We learned that last year. It just does not. My older son did better. My younger son, not so much. But he's right back at it. I mean, he's always been on the honor roll, just all A's and B's. You know, he does great. So he's back at it. He's doing great. And he wanted some Sprite. I know people still ask that. I did this shelf organization video in Dollar Tree like 2 years ago, and I said at the beginning, I gotta remember to get my son a can of Sprite. And people still, my comments pop up, and I'll still see people asking, "Oh, what did he get his Sprite?" Yes, he got his Sprite. Well, he wanted to know if I would bring him some Sprite. And he said, "Can you get like a 6-pack of the cans?" He prefers Sprite in a can. He doesn't like it in a bottle. He says it tastes different. I don't like Sprite either way. I think it tastes like radio static. I'm not a fan of Sprite. I'd rather just not drink. I'd rather just not have any. He can have all of mine. I don't like it. So I am going to go get him some Sprite. I need to get on out of this parking lot and go on in and get him that. But I just wanted to tell you, hey, and it has been a goofy week. I didn't even think I was going to get that video done last night. I'm going to tell a little bit of a story, the video I'm going to do for my other channel tonight, about my adventure at Walmart last night. I had to go out to Walmart really late last night because one of my kids had a bad stomach ache, and I had to go get something for their stomach ache. I didn't have anything at home. So the only place that was open, there was CVS and Walmart. I probably should have just gone to CVS, but I decided to go to Walmart instead. And I had forgotten how scary it is at Walmart at like 11 o'clock at night. It's just a different atmosphere. I mean, it's not a lot of fun during the day, but Walmart at 11 o'clock at night is, ooh, that's a whole other world. Ugh. It's just a quick little story. I probably just will include it with the video I do. I don't know, shit. Should I do that? I don't know, maybe I won't. It's not that interesting. Basically, well, I'll just tell you. I'll leave it out of the other video. Because I don't need 50 people lecture me. You shouldn't be going out that late. You're going to get shot. You're going to get abducted. I don't need a bunch of people lecturing me about what I should and shouldn't do. I'm not a dumbass. I mean, I didn't put myself in danger. There were security guards out in the parking lot, and I was lucky enough. I got a spot right by the front door. I mean, I had the perfect spot. I got there right when somebody pulled out of that spot. I was parked right in front of the door. There were 2 security guards standing right out there. Nothing was going to happen. And if they were, hopefully the security guards would have done something. Anyway, have you ever been to a Walmart at 11 o'clock at night or in the middle of the night? The Walmarts around here used to be open 24 hours, but after the pandemic, they started closing really early during the pandemic, and even now, they're only open till 11 o'clock at night. They used to be open 24 hours. I have been in there in the middle of the night before, like if I had a sick child and I needed Pedialyte at 3 a.m., I have been to Walmart for Pedialyte in the middle of the night. Damn, dude. All right, thank you. That's why I always say it's good to keep, if you have kids, keep some Pedialyte at home. Just stick a couple of them in the refrigerator door and forget about them, because if you have kids, they're going to need it at about 3 a.m. and it is not the time to go get it. I've had to do that, and it sucks. Anyway, one of mine had a stomach ache. wanted to go out and get something for their stomach ache. And so I get in there, and there are just these strange looking people in there. I mean, they look like, yeah, did you ever see the video for Michael Jackson's Thriller and the undead people? They look like that. I mean, it almost looked like they had like face makeup on, like they were part of some kind of a weird ass Halloween haunted house or something, but they weren't. I mean, they weren't wearing makeup, but it was just like strange looking people, and they weren't all together. I mean, like all the people in this Walmart just look like the undead, and they're all staring, like everybody was just staring at everybody else. I'm going, I gotta get the hell out of here. Well, they only had one entrance open. It was a super center, so you have the two entrances. You have the one at the grocery center and the one at the like the rest of the store, drugstore. What you got the other half, the non-grocery stuff. Well, the only entrance that was open was the grocery. Well, I had to go down to the drugstore part to get stuff for stomach ache. So I have to walk the length of this freaking store to get down there. And there are all these people, and they're just all peppered about in the store. And some of them are just little clumps, and some of them are individuals, and they all looked undead, like just scary ass people. I mean, I guess that's what you get in a Walmart on a Thursday night at 10:50 p.m. Because I was in the middle of editing a video, and I thought, crap, I gotta go. My kid can't sleep and has a bad stomach ache. I got nothing here. I got to go to the store. And I thought, well, they close at 11. We got to haul ass. So I hauled ass. And it was like I had about 5 minutes to get in and out. And these people were all staring at me. And, well, I mean, they weren't just staring at me. Like, they were just looking at everybody. And I'm going, I'm going to get robbed. I'm going to get robbed. Holy shit. And I realized, when I first got to this Walmart, I realized that I had left my credit cards at home. I had run off without my wallet. I was in such a hurry to get out the door, like, I gotta go. I left my wallet, and I had on a different coat earlier in the day, and my wallet was in that coat, the pocket of that coat, and I had on a different coat. So I'm thinking, shit, not only that, I'm driving around without a license. That's freaking great. Fortunately, I had enough cash in my purse well, I thought, well, I got enough cash to pay for whatever I need to get. I had like a $10 bill. I thought that'll cover whatever. So I thought, okay, well, I've got cash. The bad thing about cash is in Walmart, all the self-checkouts around here, they only take cards. They don't take cash. So usually there's like one designated register you have to go to if you're paying with cash, which I think is bullcrap at this point. Like, they keep talking about this coin shortage. I'm sorry, BS. I think that's some BS right there. I have yet to hear an explanation for that, but it's been going on for 2 years. Please. But I think, my opinion, I think we are deliberately they're making it inconvenient to use cash everywhere. In my opinion, that's my opinion. It seems like it's getting harder and harder to use cash for anything, anywhere. Anyway, so I'm thinking, crap, I can't go to self-checkout. That would be the quickest way to get out of here, because there was only one register open, and it had a mile-long line of these undead-looking people. And they're all buying weird shit. And so I got what I had to get. Well, I was walking towards the pharmacy section, and this young guy with like bleached hair is coming this way, and he's staring at me. He's like just staring dead at me, and he looks me up and down, and he goes, "Hey, how are you tonight?" And I just mumbled something and just kept walking, like, no. And so I went and got my stuff, and then I turn around and walk back, and I notice he's like lingering, and he's still looking at me. And I went on past. I thought, let me go check the self-checkout. Maybe I can use cash. Of course not. Of freaking course not. Nope, can't use cash here, card only. So I have to go back, and the creepy guy is standing in line at the one register that's open that takes cash. Shit. So I had to stand, I'm like, I gotta go. I mean, it's almost 11, the store is closing. I have to pay for this stuff and get out of here. And this guy keeps turning around and trying to talk to me. He looked like he might have been 20. And he keeps saying stuff like, how are you doing tonight? You doing okay? And I just completely ignored him. I just looked off to the side over here. I just blatantly ignored this guy. Like, I'm not going to look at him. I'm not going to speak to him. I'm not saying shit to this guy. Maybe he's just being nice, but I don't care. It's late. I'm tired. I have sick children at home. I do not have time for whatever the hell this is. And he keeps trying to talk to me and talk to me. And I happened to notice he put his stuff up on the belt. He had the biggest box of condoms I've ever seen in my life. It was like a suitcase of condoms and a big tube of KY jelly. And I'm like, damn, he's going to have okay. And he keeps looking at me like, stop looking at me. I'm old enough to be your mom, for fuck's sake. Stop looking at me. I don't know what the hell you want. But he continued trying to talk to me, and I continued ignoring him. Now, I'm fine. I'm not dumb. Like, I'm not going to go out in a parking lot with this person. I made sure he had plenty of time to get out, and he paid and left, and I gave him plenty of time to leave. But it was the most uncomfortable, because we were in line for probably 5 minutes, and it was a very long 5 minutes. Very long 5 minutes. And I made sure he was long gone before I left the building. I kind of took my time walking out, and I saw that he was gone. Like he was way on down the parking lot. I saw where the guy went. And there were, like I say, again, there were 2 security guards right out there. My car was like right at the entrance. I was able to just get straight in my car and leave. And, so nobody bothered me. I mean, nothing happened. I am very aware of my surroundings. I am always looking. I know people think I'm watching. I'm not. I'm a very big fan of situational awareness. Even just sitting in this parking lot, I make note of every vehicle around me and whether or not there are people in it. It's good to be aware of your surroundings. No matter where you are, just make a habit of being aware of what's going on. It may come in handy someday. You don't know. So it was very uncomfortable, and it's weird because it's like this place is just a few minutes from my house, but it's like a completely different world. It is so wild how different it is. So that's basically it. It was very uncomfortable. I was really glad to get back home. Nobody followed me. I am very conscious of that too. If I feel like somebody's following me, I will deliberately make some other turns just to see what they do. I'm very, I guess I'm paranoid. Like, I watch people behind me. If they keep making the same turns I do, after a while, it's like, really? How are you still back there? So I'll just start making left turns until they go away. Or, whatever. I will just keep going somewhere else, not where I was originally headed. Because I guess I'm paranoid. But just because you're paranoid don't mean they're not after you, as Nirvana would say. But that reminds me of talking about a different world. I found this channel on YouTube, and maybe you know about it. It's a big channel. It's called Soft White Underbelly. Soft, it's like 3 words. Soft White Underbelly. And it's this guy, I think his name is Mark. And he interviews people like homeless people, just different types of people. And just basically, he just lets them talk. He just lets them tell their stories. And I love the format. It's just somebody just sitting there telling their life story. And I'm going to tell you something. There are times that I will sit and feel sorry for myself. I'll have a little pity party like, woe is me. I'm going to tell you something. After watching a few of these interviews of these people, like I watched a couple of interviews of people on Skid Row. And one of them, I broke down and cried. This one older man, I watched just watched him tell his story of just the most god-awful childhood, and his life has just been so horrible. It's just like one tragedy after another. And I tell you, after watching that, it gives me such perspective on my own life. Like, what I have so much to be thankful for, to hear other people tell their stories and realize how bad some people's lives are. Damn, I have nothing to complain about. I am so grateful for what I have. I really am. And I realize I've got it good. I'm about to get blinded by a Chrysler. Very nice. A Chrysler minivan that is very old. It's not as bad as the one that was parked there a minute ago. So yeah, if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend it. It's called Soft White Underbelly. Now, it's not for the faint of heart. These people talk about really serious, heavy stuff. You know, if you are easily offended by hearing about, or if you don't need to hear about trauma because of your own experiences, probably not the channel for you. But these people's stories are fascinating. I mean, just to hear and to realize just how strong they are to have survived what they've survived. It's just unreal. Some of these people just, damn, I mean, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, I've watched several of those videos lately, and I wanted to tell you about that. So I need to go get Sprite. I need to shut up and go get Sprite. I've been talking for 20 minutes and 30 seconds. I just ramble. But tonight, I got my first cat lady box in the mail today. So hopefully on my other channel, we will be opening the cat lady box and seeing what we got in it. It's about the size of a shoebox because it was in my mailbox. And I pulled it out and I thought, because I just bought a pair of shoes on eBay last night, and I thought, that's not the shoes I just bought. There's no way they got here that fast. And then I realized it said cat lady box. Like, oh, it's big. It's a big old box. So hopefully I will get to do that tonight. Maybe next week I can get back to, there were 2 different videos I kind of wanted to do this week, but I didn't get to do it because sick kids, like, even when they're older, man, having sick kids at home just kind of throws things off. But that's all right. That's all right. It's part of life. No big deal. We will get it done maybe next week. So I still want to make that ketchup cake. That's one of the things. I was kind of hoping to do that this week, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to go get Sprite, and I hope that you are having a wonderful Friday or Saturday morning or whatever it is, wherever you are. And I will see you again soon. Bye.